Today we're going to be working on a 2009 Dodge Charger. It didn't do a very good job of dodging because my wife hit a deer and it wrecked the whole front end. The deer was nowhere to be found. It popped up, ran off, couldn't find it. Thought we was going to have some deer meat, but oh well. Got messed up on the front end. We took it to a body shop. They quoted us $7 grand to repair this, and justifiably so, probably. The hood needs to be replaced. The grill got busted up. The bumper cover got busted up. The headlights were broken. And we really want to get it fixed, but $7 grand is way too much to spend on that. So I'm going to do a budget repair, and it might not be professional, but I hope it's going to turn out to look good enough. So I went to our local pick and pull to see if I can round up some parts to try to fix this thing. Once we dig in and start getting down to the meat of it, we might find some other things we have to replace. But first thing I want to do is I want to get this bumper that I bought from the pick and pull. I'm going to get it out and start repairing it, and so we can start sanding and scuffing and getting it painted up. So that's what we're going to be doing on this episode of WABworks. First things first, we're going to have to set up a sawhorse right here. In true WABworks fashion, we're going to get it right now. This is going to be our sawhorse. So here's our nose piece. And as you can see, it's got some parts on it that we're going to have to remove from here so we can start working on it. So right here on the bumper, it's cracked. And we're going to have to massage this out a little bit and try to get it put back together. We're going to sand this down, and we're going to get that glue here and see if we can try to get that where it'll stay together. But first, we're going to have to get all the other pieces off. This is not any good. I don't want this on here. I want to take this front license plate off. In Georgia, we don't need it. And I'm going to remove this grill and get it out of the way. There's a badge here that I love, so I want to keep it, but I got to remove it so I can sand it down and get everything painted and remove these fake fog light louvers, get those out of the way. Then we'll have something that we can start to work with. Okay, I got all the accessories off of here, and on this grill, the only thing that I really want is this part, the center section. These louvers here, if you notice on this other Charger, it's an RT Road and Track Edition. These are honeycombed, and that's a pretty rare option for these grills. You don't see them a whole lot. So what I want to do, try to figure out how to get those louvers out, and then I'll put the honeycomb inside this grill after I get it painted. I want to start to work on that. So it looks like these pieces right here you can just kind of squeeze together, and this center section should pop out, but it's got me concerned because this is all one piece. And the honeycomb, I'm afraid, is going to be all one piece. I'm afraid it's going to be busted behind that grill as well. I got the bumper prepped. I got the grill sanded down and ready for paint. Got to clean it up and then we can paint it. But we need to get this car in the air and start taking it apart and getting it ready to you know, get all that stuff off. Now that we got it up in the air, we can lift this hood up, start taking this nose and tires and all that stuff off. Are you kidding me right now? Now what? See these nice little pretty caps that are on there? Absolutely hate these things with a passion. Passion, understand? Did I ever tell you that I think these are stupid? Just in case you didn't know. Well, that one was interesting. The cap actually came off of the lug. What's wrong with that? Just, that probably has a correct size that goes on it too, instead of this non-size thing. Well, got that tire off, and I got that tire off. It was easy. Went ahead and got the under the felt piece underneath the hood, got it all off. Got the windshield wiper hoses off. And I'm gonna pull this hood, maybe get some light on the subject where I can see what I'm doing. So this is gonna be kind of sketch by myself, but hopefully I can do it without busting a window or anything. Grab it. Now what? All right, now we can see what we're doing a little bit. But that's gonna do it for tonight. We'll come back fresh tomorrow when I'm not so tired and sweaty. So see you guys then. Well, we're back. It's the next day, and we're about to tear into this thing and see if we can get all this nose and trash off so we can start getting down into the business of it. So I guess let's get started on that. All right, so this is definitely bowed right here, and what we're gonna have to do is take this cable off for the hood release, and then there's one bolt down here on each side, and then two bolts on right here on each side that we're gonna have to take off. Then that whole assembly is just pull out of there with the headlights and everything. We're gonna have to address this. I don't think the AC condenser is busted, but it's got a bow in it. So I'm gonna try to tweak that out just ever so slightly. And then when I bust it, I'll replace it. So unfortunately, that's what got the radiator. This condenser is supposed to be more like this and not like that. So it got bent in and hit the radiator right through here and probably busted the radiator right behind here. I'm going to try to get something and maybe massage on it just a little bit and try to straighten this out where to get off of this radiator, and then try to save this. So I got these two pry bars. I'm going to try to massage this a little bit, and when it blows up on my face, once I get out of the hospital, I'll try to get another condenser. And I'm prying up against the radiator that's already messed up. Hopefully I can do something and straighten her out a little bit. She ain't gonna be pretty, but maybe she'll work. And there's your culprit, where it got busted up. So we're definitely gonna have to get a new one of those, and hopefully the condenser is not pretty, but maybe it's good enough. Well, I had to order the radiator and the radiator fan assembly, so it's going to be tomorrow before it gets here, but we got to keep trucking, keep that train moving. So I got some Duplicolor spray paint. I got the grill all prepped and sanded, and I'm just trying to get it the same color-ish. I'm not trying to do a professional job here, of course. I'm not trying to do a professional job, but we're going to do it the WabWorks way. And we're going to paint this thing up and try to get it looking half decent, so we can get this thing put together. So let's get this thing painted up. I'm gonna do a light coat to start with. Probably gonna wind up putting about 3 or 4 coats on this thing at least. So while I do this, I'll finish this up real quick and show you all the final results and see if it looks okay. So 2 things. I grossly underestimated the amount of cans it's going to take to paint the bumper and the grill. And 2, I didn't get any clear coat, so I'm going to have to get some clear coat. But as far as underestimating how many cans, it took 2 cans to do the grill, and that's just the grill. The whole bumper is probably going to take a way more, much more cans than that. So got to get some more paint, and I'll do that when I pick up the radiator and the fan tomorrow. And then but I think it's turning out pretty good. Put some clear coat on there. I think it's going to look really, really good. So here's the final product. Like I say, it's not professional quality, but it's good enough, and that's what we're going for. Get some clear coat on that, get the bumper painted, and then we can start going back together with this thing. So looks like we're gonna have to pick that stuff up and finish up tomorrow. So see you then. Good morning. It's a new day, and we have a lot to do, and I am in a time crunch. I am running out of time here, guys. So we're gonna have to get the radiator fan assembly installed onto the radiator, get the radiator installed into the car, get the upper radiator support installed on top of the radiator. Then we have to get the hood installed, but before I can do that, I got to finish sanding down the bumper and painting the bumper, get the grill put back together, and get the honeycomb put back in there. And I patched up the honeycomb grill piece, so hopefully it'll work. And then we'll start putting all this stuff back together. Got a lot to do in a little amount of time. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse and get after it. I know a lot of people that's a lot smarter than me and knows the chemical makeup of everything and does all the things and can tell you 100 reasons why. But sometimes you come across coolant that is specific for a make or model or a make of car. This is for Fords. This is for Chryslers. This is for Toyotas. This is for GMs. But I've always used antifreeze that all makes, all models, foreign and domestic. And I've never had trouble with it. Never had any corrosion issues or crystallization issues or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to put in this today. Now, I'm not a headlight restoration expert, but I got this stuff, and it's Griots. It's Grit's Garage ceramic headlight restoration kit, and I don't know how to say that, but I do know that that's a pretty good company, so I'm hoping good things about this. We're going to do what the constructions say, and then hopefully we'll have good headlights afterwards. All right, it says to wear these gloves that's supposed to fit everybody that don't. Use this oxidation remover in a scrubbing motion all over the headlight, and it's supposed to maybe turn yellow when it oxidizes. It says leave it folded up, so we're going to do that in a scrubbing motion. I guess this is a scrubbing motion, wouldn't you say? Rinse and dry completely before proceeding. Okay, I guess we'll do that. Alright, it's rinsed and dried. Evenly sand 1000 grit in 3 to 4 minutes. Proceed to 2000, finish with a 3000. Rinse surface well with clean water and wipe with a dry, clean, lint-free microfiber cloth before proceeding to the next step. Okay. Alright, I got me some water. I got 1000 grit sandpaper. And we're going to start sanding it down. It says for 2 to 3 minutes. Let's move up to the next pad. Okay. Now the 3000. Wet and repeat. I need to get that, looks like more. It says 3 to 4 minutes. It seems excessive. Has it been 3 minutes yet? Alright, my shoulders are burning. I think that's 3 minutes. It's gonna be, whether it is or not. Rinse it off, and we gotta get it completely, absolutely, 100%ly dry. A uniform cloudy look's what we're going for. Okay, I got the ceramic coating, and it says to little to no pressure. Just smear it on here, starting from the top to the bottom. So we're gonna try that.
So nice.
All right. It does look 100% better. If it dries that clear, we're going to be in business. I'm going to say that's pretty good stuff. So here's the other headlight, and it's foggy and cloudy and needs attention, but it don't look terrible. But then when you go over here, that baby is crystal clear. I'm impressed, grits. Yeah, so I guess what I'm going to do now is do this other one. Then we'll go check on the bumper, see if it's dry enough to start painting. I think the bumper's dry enough that we can start throwing some color to it. I'm going to put a real light coat to start with, and then I'll start laying it down thicker. I'm going to probably put as many coats as possible, but hopefully I can get 3 at least. Well, the bumper's not completely dry. It's been about an hour. It's mostly dry enough that I'm going to put it together. First thing I'm going to do is put the grill back in it, and it looks like it goes this way. Set it in place, line everything up, get it seated all the way around. And then I can put the screws in from the bottom. Same thing with the fog lights. Sounds like Amber's home. Do that to the other side and then get my screws in. All right, got the valence looking nice. Got it all riveted on there. We're gonna put it back on in the reverse order that we took it off. Well, I got her back together, but my camera died. So I'm gonna snag these tires on here real quick and get her washed up, and then maybe clean up myself, and then we'll show you guys what she looks like after everything's done. Well, it's been a couple days since we been working on the Charger here, and had to take my wife down to the beach and let her enjoy the sand for a little while. But anyway, I did get it washed up and cleaned up, so it's looking a little bit better for sure. Before I show you the finished product, I just wanted to go over a little bit of the cost difference. The body shop gave me an estimate for about $7 grand to get this done, and I think after working on this, definitely worth it. However, you know, on Wab Works here, we're balling on a budget, so I'll go through the price list of the things that I had to buy to fix it, and then of course I'm not counting my time or anything, but we were able to do it a whole lot cheaper than $7 grand. So the price list here, I bought about 250 bucks worth of just paint and prepping material, sandpaper, paint, clear coat, stuff like that. So I bought about 250 bucks worth of paint, and then went to the pick and pull, and I got a nose, upper radiator support, a hood, headlight, and a few other odds and end things that we needed for the front end. And I got all that stuff for $276.24. And then I had to buy a radiator and fan motor assembly and a battery, because this thing's sitting here, the battery went dead. So the battery was kind of an unexpected expense that I really didn't want to have to pay for, but you got to have juice, right? So that was about 585 bucks. And then rags, brake clean, shop supply stuff that I use, I kind of rounded it up. So all in, I'm at about 1,500 bucks to get this thing repaired, and which is comparatively to $7,000, we saved a whole lot of money. So the difference between that is a professional body shop would have made it look probably 100 times better. But is what I done perfect? No. But is what I did good enough? Also no. But it's good enough for me, and it's back driving, riding, and we can enjoy this car. Even though it's not perfect, it looks good enough to me. Don't beat me up too bad in the comments, all you professionals out there. But so without further ado, here's the before and after of the Dodge Charger here. So I was able to reuse both fenders, which the body shop was estimating that they would have to replace those fenders because they did have a little bit of a bow in it. And the body line's not perfect on some stuff, but I'm going to tweak some stuff with the hood and try to get that body line a little bit better. And there's also some other mechanical stuff that I need to address. It's nothing too concerning. There's some dash lights on that I need to figure out what's going on with it. There's a little bit of noise coming out of the front end, maybe a shock bushing that needs to be replaced or something like that. The center brake light's out, so I'm gonna have to replace it. The window tint has been on there for about 15 years, so it needs to be replaced. And eventually, I would like to get the whole thing painted by a professional, and it'll look a lot better after that, I think. So maybe over the next few years, I'll get this thing looking a little bit better, and until then, we're definitely gonna have fun driving it around. So that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.